Okay. So today I'm going to showcasing about a chatbot called Study AI, where it is mostly focused on the study purpose, where you can. This is the actual representation that I done by using the Streamlit, and this is a where the types that you wanted to study, where you provide the multiple choice question and the fill in the blanks. These are type of questions that you can ask to yourself. You can enter topics on which topic you want to study, the difficulty level as well, and the number of questions you wanted to solve. So you just entertain the question. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's what it is. So we have also have the option to submit the quiz, and yeah, that's what it also show you the what actual the answer is, where it actually is answer is, and you can save the result as well in your CSV file. Yeah, and you can download it. So the main purpose of showcasing this project is that we have created this chatbot, a study AI chatbot. The main purpose of showcasing is that we are deploying this chatbot using Kubernetes, and the deployment is done by using Jenkins for the continuous integration and the ArgoDB for the continuous deployment. So I'll walk you through to the what actually that I have done in the Jenkins for the continuous integration. So it will give you a broader idea. So what I've done here, that what is actual manifest for the Jenkins. In that Jenkins we have created 7 stages for the continuous integration part, where it will in that stage it will access the GitHub repository, then it will create the GitHub Docker image. So yeah. So in the first stage, it will access the GitHub repository, where I have given the access like the branch name is master, along with that the credentials, the GitHub credentials to communicate with the GitHub that I already stored in the Jenkins in the credential part. Along with that, I also provided the what is the actual repository path of the repository. Again, after in the second stage, what I've done is that we are building the image. So after accessing the GitHub repository, so our Jenkins has the all access in our source code in the GitHub repository. So it will find the Docker image, and it will create the Docker image according to our instruction. So in that second stage, it will create the Docker image, and it will push the Docker image to the Docker Hub. So again, we have provided all the credentials of a Docker Hub to communicate with the Jenkins that we store in the credential part. So what I've done here is that we use the webhook concepts here. So webhook concept is used for the automatically triggers the Jenkins. So whenever I made some changes and pushed our source code to the GitHub repository, then after pushing, it will automatically triggers the Jenkins for the continuous integration part. So in that continuous integration part, so what Jenkins is going to do, it will again create the image, it will push the repository, and it will this same repository will get up the same image will use for the deployment part by the Kubernetes part using the ArgoDB. So what happen over is that you need to define the image tag as well now. So image tag is necessary for the incremented purpose. So in that stage, what we are doing we are specifically changing the image tag in the manifest of the Kubernetes deployment, where the for the ArgoDB for the deployment purpose, it will get the recent and latest image for the deployment purpose. So that's what we are doing is we are updating the deployment manifest of the Kubernetes on our GitHub repository. So because our Jenkins has access to our repository, so it will change the tag image tag of the uh, Docker, and again it will commit the changes and push the changes in the GitHub repository, that the credential that we are given here. Along with that, we are uh, each and every time we are triggering this Jenkins, we are installing the kubectl and ArgoDB CLI setups in the Jenkins for the communication purpose, and we are making sure that it is used the more recent versions for the communication purpose. That's what we are doing here. Along with that, that's the last part, which is seventh part, where we are communicating with the ArgoDB for the continuous deployment purpose, where we are provided the credentials for the ArgoDB, and to communicate with ArgoDB, we are provided the ports and networks IP. So we're here. That's the port that right now our ArgoDB is running. Where along with that we provided some passwords. That's a secret password to communicate with the ArgoDB. And yeah, that's what. And this is the application name that we provided the application name in the ArgoDB for the continuous deployment purpose. I will show you later. That's what is our manifest file for the Jenkins. Then I'll walk you through the what is this is our deployment part for the Kubernetes purpose deployment manifest file. So we are this is the this is our deployment. So we are creating a replica for the we are creating two pods for the our application LLM application. Where is that? That's our image. Where yeah, that's what I was talking about. So it will change tag image in the manifest file of a Docker or manifest of a Kubernetes for the recent version to use for deployment purpose. And thus the port 8501 where our application is going to run. Along with that, we create a namespace for the secrets purpose that where we are storing our Grok API LLM key for the access purpose. Yeah, that's what it is. This is our Grok API namespace name, and this is our key. Yeah, and along with that, to expose the ports for the external purpose, we have created a service for the our application where this is our service part, kind is equal to service, where the name is LLMOps app, and we are exposing port for the Streamlit. That's what our application is. 850 for the external purpose to communicate with the application, and that's our Docker file. That's the same Docker file we have. That's the and we'll walk you towards the source code. That source is not much important over here. The main focus is over for the deployment purpose that we are using the Jenkins and the ArgoDB for the continuous integration, continuous deployment part on the Kubernetes cluster. The entire integration and deployment part is done over the virtual machine instances by using the GCP. That's what we are doing. That's the actual code for we using for the this is our front-end code for the application of a Streamlit. So I'll walk you through it towards the Jenkins part. Yeah, that's what is over here. We have created the Jenkins cluster that we have. So it does not show that much over here that we created our pipeline, last pipeline 1 hour before. And I'll walk you through the ArgoDB where we actually deploying our Kubernetes cluster. So what happened over is that so we created an application called Study. In that application, we are giving the access to ArgoDB for communicating our GitHub repo, where we are giving the paths for where our manifest files are stored. So I given the path to the ArgoDB, where my manifest files are stored in the manifest folder that I have two files of a deployment and services. So it as it shows, the one file is a LLM service and one file is a LLM deployment, where we explicitly say that we need two replicas for your application. And yeah, that's what as per our request, it has created two ports for our application purpose. And that's our application is running on this port. This is our Jenkins and this is our ArgoDB. Yeah, and the entire integration, configuration, any deployment parts is managed by when we push the entire code, the webhook is triggered. This webhook will automatically trigger the Jenkins for the continuous integration. And then Jenkins will create the image, deploy the push it to the Docker up. Then the other part of a deployment part of a ArgoDB will hit, then it will create the manifest file and update the manifest file and deploy it on our pods. Yeah, that's what it is going to do in the continuous integration and continuous deployment part. That's our, and we can download this result as well. It will be stored in the CSV file along with the entire explanation, sorry, along with the answers and the question. Yeah, that's what it is.